deplore, roughly translated, means mourning. But there's also an interesting thing called a nom de pleur. And a nom de pleur is a name of crying or a name of mourning. So, given that he's the torturer, that really makes sense. Okay, Uncle John. Hi, Daddy. Next time you're home, you really need to fix the water heater. I don't know. You know I don't like Uncle John, and Mom has him around all the time, working in the basement while you're away. Water is still cold after 5 minutes in the shower. OMG, he's so lame. Please remember to bring me back something nice. Now, she has her love for Daddy being bought, doesn't she? Let's see what's in the shiny box. And does anyone else get the sense from that particular letter that Paul Harmon, Mr. Deplore, is being cuckolded? I dislike the... well, no, not cuckolded, because that would mean he was being watched. The meaning of the word has changed over the years. I guess it would mean that his wife is cheating on him, which I don't blame her. He's away all the time. Bell Tower Broadcasts. It has been brought to our attention that there was a recent attempt to sabotage the broadcast from the bell tower outside Banipur. We will be posting guards at all bell towers until further notice. It's imperative that the message of our great leader is shared with all of Kirat. May pagans light shine upon you all. Ministry of Public Affairs and Social Harmony. So Kirat is actually a real word. It roughly translates as the hill peoples or the hill tribes, if memory serves. Might just be the hill area. But yeah, the idea, the sense that I get from how this is set up, and we'll get into this more when we get to actually Kirat, but the southern chunk of Kirat has a lot of Indian influences. The northern half has a lot of Nepalese influences, and the sense of this that I have is that it's meant like one of those tiny nations like Andorra, which sits between Spain and France in Europe, of all places, believe it or not. I suspect this is supposed to be one of those tiny little nations that sits between two great nations, in this case Nepal and India, just based on how it's been laid out. Is that a reference to Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, you think? Used the fork? Loxley, I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon.
I want to make sure that you know exactly what I want.
Oh, fuck.
Now, is he using a metal bed frame? No, that looks like a custom job. They didn't even take off his scarf.
A terrorist, a bad guy, and I'm a good guy, which means that I don't really want to hurt you.
So what I like about Paul Harmon here, not as a person, but as a character, is how they juxtapose his cover to his family as like a over-the-top success business consultant with all the buzzwords that go with that, with his role in Pagan's administration as interrogator, terror spreader, torturer, spy master is the sense that I get, and also kidnapper in chief.
Hey, babe. Hey, listen, I'm in a meeting right now. I can't really talk. Yeah, you know, it is stressful times over here. We've got a new client, and I am not sure if he's going to buy it. No, I will call you as soon as it is done.
All right, so let's move this on, shall we?
Ajay Kale. My name is Sabal. I'm with the Golden Path.
Golden Path?
We're friends. I knew your father. We're here to rescue you.
Note the
about
crown
Darban?
on his jacket.
You are our
We'll get to that
priority.
later.
We need to get you out of here safely, no matter the cost. Darban would understand. Now stay close.
Like this.
Shit, they know we're here.
The door! Quickly!
Ajay, with these doors open, I need you to keep your head down and make a run for the truck. Move as fast as you can. Understand?
Yeah, I got it.
This sequence is interesting because you won't have your health bar. You seem to still be able to take damage, but I'm not sure if you can die between here and the start of proper gameplay.
Keep your head down!
So you can see, yeah, I'm not going to bother trying to grab any guns because I won't retain them past here, so. Into the car, let's heal. And here comes the elephant! Oh, over goes the tuk-tuk! Now I'm going to get my gun. It's a scorpion. I hate scorpions, but oh well.
What the hell? There's a gun underneath the dashboard! Use it! Whoa!
Let's reload.
Are we safe?
Probably not.
Probably not. On your right! Shoot! Them!
Fucking hell.
Trying to take the vehicles out.
Watch out!
Not too much more, and again, I'm not even sure I'm not even sure that any of this matters.
Right! Hold on!
That one you can't do. Dang. Oh. That was the narrative railroad there, folks. Now, for those of you who are here, well, the number of you that are here, I can't imagine is very high yet, but hey, that's fine. The whole point of my my broadcasts is the story and myth element. It's funny. The first time I heard this, I thought it was pagan.
Hello?
Thank you. This is Sabal. Where are you?
I don't know. Fuck. The driver's dead.
Okay, listen to me. Look around.
And we got our
You should be able
kukri.
to see a tower nearby. I need you to make your way there. I'm on my way to secure it now.
Head to the tower. Okay.
You can do this, Ajay.
Alright, 1 second here, guys. Yeah, that should be fine. I've often played with a lot of the interface indicators off just to see what it's like, but to make it clear for you guys watching, I'm not going to do that because it seems like it would be a pain in the neck. So now we need to spot these guys, because we don't have much in the way of kill skills right now.
This has all been just a terrible misunderstanding. Show yourself and we'll sort it all out. Listen, it does not have to be like this. You do not have to hide. The longer you hide, the angrier I'll get. Come out and make things easier on yourself.
Alright, so we got ourselves an AK-47, which, I'll be honest, it's possibly my least favorite of the fancy guns. Well, of the assault. Probably my least favorite of the small arms. But hey, it's what you get at the beginning, right? So, I had mentioned to remember the crown on Sabal's jacket, so let's talk about that while it's here. So the crown on Sabal's jacket is an indication that he's a royalist. Let's move this body. Not likely to be necessary, but he's right there, so I'm just going to move it just out of sight. Okay, apparently my ammo is full, which is nice. That's where I'm supposed to be going, but that guy's over there. We don't want to get caught.
somebody out there. I should check. What if it's a trap?
Gods!
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, Sabal is our resident royalist among the leaders of the Golden Path, and the game designers do a pretty good job of showing that to us immediately by giving him a traditional kind of chess king crown as a little pin on his jacket. Also, something to pay attention to throughout the game is how people use Ajay's name. Ajay being raised in America, he goes by AJ Gale himself. However, apparently the proper pronunciation of his name is Ajay Gale. And you can spot the local Kirati calling him by that name. Whereas people who are not of Kirati descent will frequently call him AJ. And I find that interesting. You get a sense, you get a very strong sense of people managing as best they can. So can I get up here? Nah, alright, oh. Then we'll go the long way, shall we? Should be passed pretty quick here. There we go, some cover. Now the danger here is that there's two of them.
Nothing. I know someone is out there.
And although that's not terribly dangerous, I don't have anything that allows me to double. So let's see if I can move just one to the right spot. Ah, perfect. Oh crap.
Who is shooting? Solo! Surrender! Now! Enemy close!
Not elegant, but it'll do the job. So yeah, watching how they refer to Ajay is rather revealing in game. So what we have here story-wise, if you're looking at the hero's journey, this has been pretty classic, right? You have the call to adventure, which in this case is literally made by the dead person, which I find particularly entertaining. This is obviously here because the game wants us to see it. Boom. Let's skin it. So Ishwari Gale issues the call to adventure by asking Ajay to return her remains to Lakshmana at the beginning of the game. We arrive, and the border crossing to this point is essentially the crossing into the special world. We're inducted in. Ironically, we meet our Obi-Wan, which is also the villain, so you have this wonderful juxtaposition of the Dark Mentor, because Pagan Min is both, you know, Darth Vader, and but also Obi-Wan Kenobi for our buddy Ajay. And as a result,